Map number 2 here. Frost is the map, and it's a round of 32 game in WCS EU Challenger. Spawning in the top left-hand position, representing Alien Invasion. He is 1-0 up in this best of 3. We have Patience. His opponent down to the bottom right, representing Team Property, the purple Protoss player, StarNaN. StarNaN has to win this game. If he loses it, Patience goes through to the round of 16, 2-0. StarNaN eliminated from this first qualifier. The winner of this, of course, as I said, makes it into the round of 16. You then just got to win that and win your quarterfinal game, or following, assuming you win your round of 16 game, you're done. You got a top 4 finish in the qualifier, you've got your spot in WCS EU Challenger, and you are one happy StarCraft 2 player. But I make it sound very easy. It's not easy at all. The caliber of players competing in these qualifiers is insane. All of the top players, all of the kind of mid-top players are competing in these if they're not already guaranteed a spot in WCS. WCS is the tournament that all of these players want to be in. It's where you make a name for yourself. It's where you get the most viewers. It is your consistent tournament that you know is going to be there. It makes the big difference. The WCS points, the chance to go to the global finals, all of that. Incredibly important. Probes bumping heads. Neither player going to be lucky enough to get that first scout down, but it's not the end of the world. As long as neither player gets the first scout and neither are doing anything absolutely ridiculous, they'll cope. And neither player is doing anything ridiculous, although I suspect we'll be seeing both players go very tech heavy, just as we saw in Game 1 with that mass Phoenix play. The reason we know that they'll be going tech heavy is because of the 6 probes and gas. It just immediately says tech. There's nothing else you can really do from it other than tech heavily. That could be a Twilight Council, could be a robotics facility, could be a Stargate, as we're seeing again from Patience. Stargate, not a bad choice. He had success in it in game number 1 with that mass Phoenix on Phoenix play. Can he do it in game number 2 as well? Patience attempting to keep this probe around just to see what StarNaN's going to do. StarNaN's actually trying to wait it out. And I'm in 2 minds over waiting it out to avoid the scout. On the one hand, you delay whatever tech you're going for. On the other hand, you may get the element of surprise. And if you're going for a Twilight Council, the element of surprise can be an important thing. So, Patience, just busy taking... He took something down there. What did Patience actually just... Did Patience just cancel a pylon or something? Am I imagining things? Something bigger than a probe died there, I'm sure. Maybe it was a probe. Was it a probe? Yeah, it must have been a probe. It just seemed really big. Anyway, beside the point, Oracle this game from Patience. Not going for that Stargate. Mixing things... not going for that Phoenix. Really mixing things up. But a DT coming down from StarNaN. StarNaN actually has an okay position right now. And it sounds crazy because obviously an Oracle does grant detection. But this Oracle is going to be a long way away from home when these DTs start warping in. So if StarNaN were able to get down a close proxy pylon and get those DTs across, there could be problems. StarNaN also going to be facing up against Patience, who's obviously going to try and get some damage down now. Patience running up with a Lone Stalker, sees the Twilight Council but not the Dark Shrine. Doesn't know 100% what's coming. Patience is getting down Blink, which is a good option. StarNaN adds in his robotics facility. No detection yet, and the Oracle still staying across the map for Patience. This is a big problem for him. Gets the Revelation, still cannot see that Dark Shrine, though it's hidden so far back. The Dark Shrine nearly done. It's literally like, what, just over 10 seconds away from completion. Forward comes the Stalker. If it finds the pylon, this is massive. Does find the pylon. Huge advantage. It's going to be close though because there's only one Stalker there. More coming across. Will the Oracle get pulled back? No, it's still not being pulled back. This is a problem. DT warped in. Running past. Please tell me Patience noticed. Doesn't have the wall off. Doesn't have a sentry there yet. Just warping in one now. It's going to be really close. He should be able to get it. The force field has to go down. Force field, force field, force field. He loses the game pretty much if the force field doesn't hit. Okay. Good. Oracle coming back. Should be okay. StarNaN. Gonna lose this DT, but only got one of them, so it's not a big investment. Neither player really losing anything in this early game. Substantial. One DT, one Stalker. Yeah. Minimal. The biggest difference is that StarNaN has his natural base nearly completed. Obviously, that means that if the game goes on longer, his economy is great. But that is reliant on him being able to hold off this Blink Stalker oppression. A pylon for Patience, ridiculously close, just outside the natural base of StarNaN. The Mothership Core's Photon Overcharge going to be essential. The Oracle going to be playing into this. The detection, insanely important, but also the high ground vision. The Immortal getting jumped on. Patience trying to take it out. It just manages to back out, but falls at the last hurdle. A good number of sentries are going down. The Stalker count way higher for Patience. Photon Overcharge on both Nexus, and most of the Stalkers back away. Resources lost though, massively favouring Patience now. The Immortal count going to be going back up to 1, but with no Photon Overcharge, the production from StarNaN is critical. He is fighting for his survival in this first qualifier. Is he going to be able to hold? Is he going to be able to stay in and force that third game, or is Patience going to be able to do enough? Patience back at home, he's got problems. He's all in now. A DT is rampaging. Probes are being pulled. This is going to be a full-on base trace. But with the robotic facility going down, there will be no more Immortals. These Stalkers with Blink may be in a very strong spot. Time Warp goes down. Probes being pulled back for StarNaN. Mothership Core dies. Both players really gunning for this. Patience, Blink, Micro going to mean a big difference with a double Time Warp being so effective. The Immortal not managing to rack up any kills yet, but dealing a good amount of damage. More warp-ins from both sides, but Patience out of money. Is he out of time? A DT there. Where is the Oracle? It's in position. Use the detection. You need the Envision. If you don't get that detection, Patience is going to lose. Triggers it now. The Dark Templar goes down. We're sitting at 8 Stalkers v1, and I think Patience is going to be able to do it. Picking apart those probes now. There's only a DT there for StarNaN, and StarNaN loses all but one of his gateways. Now, no production. He's only got the one Dark Templar. The probes for Patience even duking it out. And this is looking very, very strong now for the Alien Invasion player. He should have done it. I don't see any way that StarNaN, unfortunately, can win this game. He's trying to expand up to the top right, and we're getting another one of these crazy, crazy situations. Lots of games, a player would just GG out at this point. But StarNaN is fighting to stay in the qualifier. WCS is so ridiculously important that he's doing anything, any chance he's got to try and make this game go his way. Both players are losing a lot though. This DT is really slowly but steadily working through. These two Stalkers waiting to come and help. Don't want to reveal themselves. This is actually the biggest reason these Stalkers aren't helping trade through here. The problem for Patience is he can't go back and deal with this yet because... Actually, no, he can. He's got enough energy on that Oracle to grant detection, but he can't mass recall. The probes are fighting. The probes slowly working through a warp gate. I don't think I have ever seen probes work through a warp gate. This many probes go through anyway. Tough times. The Dark Templar are going to go and hide. Leaving quite a lot powered up here though, so... The advantage actually is sitting here, believe it or not. In some ways, for StarNaN. As long as he buys a bit of time before this is scouted. My concern is that he's just not going to be able to get up enough. Theoretically, if this gateway can get out in time before the Dark Shrine goes down, he can warp in a couple more DTs. But how many Stalkers are there? There's 8. 8 Stalkers is a lot. And his DT is a long way out of position here to try and stop it. It's going to be just... He can't base race. Patience has got too much. So he's got to just try and engage this force. The Stalker's going down. StarNaN pulling probes, but I'm pretty sure Patience can just win now. Takes down that last Stalker, backs his own one well away. The probes managing to surround, but they're not going to trade too well. Reinforcements coming through as well. StarNaN 3, 2, 1, 0 probes. Has got the money to make more. Although it's unlikely he can do much. Quickly chrono boosting. But it's unpowered. He was trying to go for the dark to DT, but can't do it. GG is called, and Patience takes this game 2-0 and advances forward into the round of 16.